People can be very lost in 2026, and today's episode is why people feel lost in who they are, especially in 2026. What do I do? Why should you care? I help people reconstruct their identity. I help people reconstruct themselves, especially in the age where psychological overload is everywhere. We're taking in information at astronomical rate. You could feel it everywhere now. People don't know who they are anymore. Not in a movie kind of way, but they are living in that dramatic movie scene aspect where they follow certain influencers out there and they want to be like their influencer. Not really understanding that they should really be themselves and don't know how to do that. And it's not in the finding myself backpacking through Europe kind of way. And I remember back in the day, one of my best friends said to me, because I told him I was going to Thailand to study kickboxing for a month. And he says, I really want to do that. I'd love to come with you because I really want to find myself. And I said, you're not going to find yourself in Thailand. I said, because it's not there. You have to look inside you. I mean, people genuinely cannot hear their own thoughts clearly anymore. Their opinions don't feel like their own. Their goals are someone else's. Their personalities are all over the place. And their attention span, which is where everything starts, the identity starts from the very first key point. That is attention span. It's everywhere. It's all over the map. And their emotions are literally algorithmically manipulated every single day. Now, underneath all of it, there's a deeper problem no one wants to talk about. We're living in environments that are actively interrupting the way we form our self, the concept of the self, and our identity. That matters most, and that matters more than people actually realize, because your identity is not just how you describe yourself on a LinkedIn profile. Your identity is literally your mental operating system. And I'm the person that helps people reconstruct it. And some people say, well, Mario, couldn't AI do that? AI can't do what I do in terms of nuance. It can't do what I can do in terms of understanding people's emotions on a level that goes way deeper than any LLM or algorithm could actually pull off. And I know it because I've spent 26 years in technology and I know how those systems actually work. But here's the thing, your identity, you are more unique than you imagine it to be. You're more unique than you think you are. Your identity, your internal operating system, it determines what you value, what you tolerate, how you actually think around people, what you pursue in life, how do you respond to pain with emotional resilience, and what kind of future you actually build. And when that has an issue, when you have difficulty understanding your identity, and you have difficulty understanding the concept of the self, then your discipline, your purpose, your confidence, the way you regulate yourself emotionally, and your relationships, your ability to make decisions, all of that gets broken into a million pieces. Talk about fragmented life at best. And the modern world is producing this very broken identity at scale. So we are flooding our brains psychologically. We're taking in information at an astronomical rate because now before breakfast, people are consuming opinions, outrage, trends, aesthetics. They can't get out of bed. They're in bed, doom scrolling for hours on end, and they wonder why they're late to work. They follow the politics, the trauma narratives, the success stories, the fear, the comparison, and tons of dopamine. A little bit from TikTok, a little bit from trauma culture, a little bit from influencers over here. Whatever gets rewarded gets redone. And if you get rewarded, it gets redone. Especially when it comments there and suddenly the comment is responded to you, you get a little notification. What gets rewarded gets redone. Eventually, you start to say, wow, okay, what do I actually believe here? And you start asking, what version of me actually gets understood and gets accepted here? This is where the identity melts like a Snickers bar in Arizona in mid-August. What's happening is people's internal authority. They're handing over their decisions to other people. They're handing over their morality, their meaning, their purpose, their self-worth, and the way they interpret life emotionally to the internet. Someone online tells them who they are. Someone online tells them what their trauma means. Someone online tells them what their success looks like. And someone online tells them what their masculinity or femininity actually is, and what healing actually is, and what confidence actually is. I don't tell you that. I help you discover it inside, because I was born with that very nuance. I am born with that ability to go to the root, to go to the core, to go to the center, the main hub of your identity. Emotionally, socially, psychologically. That is how I do it. And identity reconstruction, it starts with me and you. I don't just guide people. There's work involved. But it's not about more content, more videos, more advice, more information. That's not what we do. Reconstruction does not begin with addition. It actually starts with subtraction. We remove things and strip away the unnecessary until we start to see the truth of what's really there. That means we have to take a hard look into the way the brain is being stimulated, endless scrolling is going on, and how people are comparing themselves, and how they're seeking approval and validation, and how their identity is taking a hit like that. So when we reconstruct your identity, and that's what we'll do, it's not about inventing a fake confident version of who you are. It's not about developing an avatar. It's actually going to the core. It's a difficult process. It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be rewarding. It's going to be strong. We go to the core. How and why you fall into people pleasing, maybe rejection, or the way you've been abandoned in your life, or how you gain validation. And this process is not comfortable. It's not. It can be incredible. It can become very rewarding. That's the thing. Dealing with your identity, we have to go to the core. It's not always destruction. It can feel uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to be so destabilizing, if you will. But we're reorganizing things. We're understanding validation. We're understanding the internal aspect of who you are. We come back to you and we bring yourself home, because self-trust is literally one of the strongest foundations. So you got to remember, a lot of people out there, they're psychologically broken into several pieces. And I'm here to help you with honesty, self-observation, reflection, consistency, and we will work together. We will work together, and I will get to the core, and I will help you. Keep in mind, it's not all me. You got to work with me. We got to work together. It is going to be co-creative as an experience. We are going to co-create. Now, what are we creating? We're creating understanding. We're not creating a new identity. We're getting to the core, and we're understanding every aspect, and we are going to reconstruct that. Have a great day. See you on the next episode. Don't forget to click on the link below if you want to work with me and you want to coach me. I don't work with everyone, but if you want to work with me, you can. You can reach out to the link below. Thank you.